Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Vintagecraft. This is episode 30, and in this series, every 10 episodes, I like to do a world recap, so you don't have to sit through every single episode and see what has been happening. You can just click on one episode and get a good, small little rundown of what we have been building here. I hope you liked the little montage in the intro. I had fun making it. And for this world recap, I'm just going to stick around the main base to show you the main builds, because I think we have enough to talk about now where I can give you a quick rundown of the history or the chronology of this Let's Play. So let's start where it all began, which was this home. This home I built around episode, I want to say 4 or so. It was just the hut and the wall in the beginning. And when I started the world, I remember starting somewhere over there in the plains, and I came across this lake. And I think the first thing I ever built or placed down was all of this sugarcane. In fact, I think you can see me placing it on my first episode of this LP. And then soon enough came the house. Small little home. This has remained relatively unchanged. All the chests and furnaces kind of just were here. This has been my main storage system since the beginning. Nothing has changed up here. This has been the same little bedroom that I had from the beginning with my little mushroom plant. Eventually came this home. I watched a video by Dialco, and he talks about his world, his beta world, Minecraft beta world. And he has these builds with these wooden trims that hang out of the foundation, and I liked it a lot. So I made my own version of it, and I was very happy with it. Although it has no use, its basement has become my enchanting room. This happened around, I want to say, episode 13 or 14. I had a full enchant set up. So by the first world recap, what I had built was this house, the bridge that connects it to the other one, and then I had this big red brick box, which I still don't know what to do with, but this has been here since the first world recap. And then I found my spider spawner, which I will show you guys later, because it's been a work in progress. It has gone through many different iterations. But by episode 13, I started building the front of the castle. So the idea here is the base is a castle that wraps around the lake. And I started building this front area. And the thought was that this is the introduction to the Vintagecraft home base. And this has stood here. It has gone through different iterations. I used to have wool up here, and it had a little face, but it was a little too silly for me, so I went back and fixed it to make it a glass. Once the fort was finished, going to the front and to the back was really annoying, just swimming through the lake or walking around. So I decided to build this little bridge. It was one of the first episodes I had that kind of got a lot of viewership. And it was really nice to see that. It was a spur of the moment thing. I decided to just get some block pallets and just start building this bridge. And it turned out to look very symmetrical, although I know it doesn't line up with the main house. It lines up with this one. It looks very pretty. There's these 2 lines that go all the way up. After building this bridge and recording episodes, it was becoming really frustrating, like sitting here and looking through my items and just hearing cows all the time. I also really wanted to get more animals. Like I didn't have any sheep or pigs or chickens. So I decided to build a barn, and I didn't know how to start or where to start from. So I looked up, barn 1.6, and I found a great video by I Weld Your Face. And I decided to build the barn that he has in his video alongside some of my own touches to it. Like the cobblestone trim wasn't part of the video and other things inside. And let's get to it now. By the way, this entire base is connected by the walls. So you can walk from there, into here, and so on and so forth. You can either enter the barn from the roof, which I tend to like to do because it looks nicer and it's much easier. I don't know, I like being in open areas. And I was able to move all my animals here, but as you can hear, this is a huge pain, and it's really annoying sometimes to just be around here because of how loud it is. Let me show you the wall. It has a little room here. You can see out. This is the storage right now for all the animals. This is the wall. And then after the barn, I spent some time designing this wooden farm, this like tree farm, that once you cut all the trees, all the saplings are dropped into here, and you just have to turn it on. Water flows and all the saplings drop into the chest here, so you can go back up and replant it. After building my I don't want to say auto harvesting, but you know, my tree farm here, I built my, I think it's become a main staple of the base and of the series, my big mob spawner farm. It took me a while to build a mob spawner, but it took me even longer to decorate it as a tree. It was a big project for me. And it's one that showed that if you just do it, like if you don't worry about what it's going to look like, and if you just try and do it without stopping, you can get something that looks very good, or decent at least, you know? It was something that was a lot of fun to watch, you know, to watch me build. I feel like, you know, editing the video, it was easier to edit it because I get to see what the end product is. It was something that was very fun to build, and something I'm very proud of, and I show a lot in the thumbnails because it's, you know, it looks nice, and it's also functional. I like how I blended functionality with cosmetics. When I finished building this, I went back to the spider spawner to try and fix it, and it took me a while, and I finally did. And after fixing the spider spawner, I decided to make an auto harvester for the crops. And since they all look about to be ready, I'm going to run it for you guys so you see how it works. I know I showed it in a recent episode, but I'd like to show it again. All that I do is just hit the button, and the water is going to bring everything down. Let's see it. There we go. Come on. And this I built so I can breed my animals, as well as have resources for villager trading. Yeah, I think it's very important. And this was a design I've had forever, but the implementation is something new to me, at least. After building the auto harvester, I built my auto smelter. It's still a work in progress, but it does the job fairly well. All you have to do is feed fuel into there and whatever smeltable item you want in here. You turn it on and they just run. They run, and whatever smelted ends up in this large chest down here. It's very efficient, very fast, and I like the look of it. It does what it needs to do, and it's a design I've seen used many times in different Let's Plays. And it was very fun to implement it here. And the last thing I did here that will catch us up to real time is the trails and the trees and the grass you see here weren't here all the time. It used to just be torch spam. And on episode 28, where are you? There you are. On episode 28, I realized it's time to beautify the main base. So I added all these little trails with like a pathway that lead off into different directions. And I think it's given the base much more of a homier feel and a lived-in feel. I bone mealed the grass to give me bushes and stuff. I put all these lamps so there's not as much torch spam around. This is my quarry I've had for a long time now. It used to just be a hole in the ground, but after adding all these trails and stuff, I wanted to market it. So you like make it a build so it doesn't just it's not just a hole in the ground of my base, you know? And let me just show you the quarry real quick. This is where I get all my cobblestone and dirt and whatnot, you know, because there's little patches of dirt and gravel. That's where I get most of my cobblestone from, if not from mining, you know, from strip mining. And now I think I've gone over all of my... Oh, that was a spider jockey. That's crazy. Now I've gone over everything in the main base. So I would like to bring you to my spider spawner, and we're gonna take a ride on the minecart. But yeah, I would like to bring you to my spider spawner so I can show you. I think it's another important part of the Let's Play. It's somewhere I am quite a lot because it's my main source of EXP, and it's a place I've been visiting very early into the Let's Play. So I found the spider spawner. First of all, I found this cave system around episode, what is it? 5 or 6. And I didn't develop it. I didn't make the railway system until episode 7 or so. And it wasn't perfect. I only fixed it now. But this rail system / cave system has been used since the beginning of the Let's Play. This is where I get all my resources. And it's not too far. And one day I was strip mining and came across a double cave spider spawner. So I decided to turn it into a farm. And working with cave spiders is really tough sometimes because they just climb onto anything. So I've had to do a lot of maneuvering and tinkering with the spawn